All right. In terms of grading a student, which is more important, effort or results?
They're obviously graded on the results, but I keep in mind effort. I measure where people start out, and throughout the semester, if they're really improving on a certain thing, I keep that in mind, but I don't necessarily change their grade because of it. And they have to show a lot of effort in my classes. They have to submit different essays again and again. So it kind of overlaps.
Okay. In your classes, what does a student need to do to receive an A?
They have to do a lot, as you know. Well, basically, if just by meeting the requirements, that's a C grade, because the C is that's average. It's a writing class, so there are many assignments, but I give many assignments with the intention of a student maybe missing one or two smaller ones, so it's not a huge dent in their grade. It's mostly based on short essays, a few long essays, some kind of final project and participation, no exams.
How open are you to changing a grade if a student has a valid issue with it?
So that's a funny question to me, and that's actually part of the problem is that what a student may see as valid is not what I may see as valid, and sometimes people may see that it's unfair. So I can understand perhaps if I have read 60 essays and I grade someone's and theirs is the final one and I'm exhausted, maybe I didn't give it a fair look, and it turns out that they've done everything that I've asked, I would look at that. I'd be willing to consider it. I would never say, no, I'm not going to look at that again. It has to be in on time. They must have made an effort. Usually that's not the case. I think sometimes some students may not follow the directions I've been given, and they want the grade change because perhaps, especially with the first-year students, they're used to getting A's or B's in high school and not realizing that, well, now in college they have to take it to another level of writing, and they might not understand that. And they might see that as a valid reason of, well, I'm an A student, so why did I get a C? That's not valid. But if it's, well, I did everything that you asked, I don't really understand this, I'll look at it again. Usually they don't get their grades changed, but a few times people have made good cases for it.
Why do you think students are focused on achieving a higher letter grade rather than just simply learning the material?
I think that we're in a very end product oriented society, and that's natural. I don't like it, but I understand why it happens. On one level, if you need to start a career, you need a diploma in many cases. To get that, you need to accumulate grades. That makes sense. For others, maybe they've been very rewarded all their lives. They identify, I know especially higher achieving students, they identify as, I'm an honor student, I'm an A student. So of course they want that. And I have some assignments that I give where they don't get grades. And it really is alarming for some students. They don't understand, well, but what kind of grade is this? Like, well, it's not a grade yet, because it's not the whole paper. And they don't like it. It makes them uncomfortable. And I think being able to put it into a category makes people more comfortable. They might not like being a D student, but they understand, well, this paper has a D on it, I know where I'm at. Most people don't want to pay thousands and thousands of dollars just for an experience. Maybe if it's a Caribbean vacation, that makes more sense. But we think that college is to get a career for the most part. Some people, maybe they're here because their parents forced them to be, so that's not their motivation. I don't know. Disturbing the other class. So it's really hard to judge, but I think a lot of it is that's what they've been taught, and that's what they're used to, is being assessed in that way, rather than I want to learn just because I'm curious.
Okay, great.
Thank you.